I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-magab, it's time for the only news that matters. And in a recent interview with Kerrang, Motley Crue's bassist Nikki Sixx talks about grunge music killing the 80s glam scene. The explosion of Nirvana in 1991 did great damage to Motley Crue. Was it fair that you were lumped in with bands such as Poison and Warrant? They asked Nikki. He says, I have to say that I don't think that Nirvana and Pearl Jam killed the bands you mentioned. I think they killed themselves. They were making copycat music. We, on the other hand, simply imploded. Forget about the lifestyle for a minute. The thing that ultimately allowed us to pull ourselves through was the music that we made and how good we can be when we really put it together. Every band has hills and valleys. They start at the bottom, and then if they're lucky, they can make it to the top of the mountain. But eventually, you have to go down. Very few bands are lucky enough to become popular and stay popular forever. That's just the way music is. It changes. Technology changes, fashion changes, and social outlooks change. But again, today a lot of bands are just playing it safe. Seriously, can there be anybody more disillusioned than Nikki Sixx? He's been this way since grunge took over. I remember him going nuts, talking about how I'm a musician. He would even say it on that coronary disc while they were all arguing and stuff, like, come on, we're musicians. He had his head so far up his ass. By him saying that Poison and bands like that killed themselves because they were doing copycat music, what is the difference between Poison and Motley Crue songs like She Goes Down and Slice of Your Pie? You know, he's talking about Warrant. They had Cherry Pie. You know, I mean, Motley Crue was doing the same crap all these other bands were doing at the time. And he's calling them copycats. Well, you were playing copycat music then, Nikki. I mean, a lot of their songs were no different, you know, from the caliber of a Poison and Warrant. You know, it's a lot of their songs were kind of glammy, very glammy. And I'm not here like to slam Motley Crue because they're this or that. I'm just bringing up the point that Nikki Sixx is pointing his finger at bands that were playing music no different than what he was doing. Whether you blame grunge for killing it or those bands that I happen to think that, you know, these glammy bands oversaturated the market and they killed themselves. But regardless of what you think, the fact is that after grunge came in, it wiped the slate clean. And Motley Crue was one of those bands. Just like Warrant and Poison, they suffered just as much. In 1994, they released what I consider their greatest album with Shout at the Devil. I mean, the album they did with Karabi was awesome, but it flopped because it had the name Motley Crue. That was dated to everybody out there. Motley Crue was over. It was an 80s glam band that since then, yes, they can tour on the strength of nostalgia. But that band has not done anything successful since Dr. Feelgood Decade of Decadence era. Since the early 90s, once Vince was gone, they never survived. Even when Vince came back with Generation Swine, New Tattoo, Saints of Los Angeles, all of it didn't do well. They all didn't do well. And, you know, they're just living on the strength of Shout at the Devil and Girls, Girls, Girls and Theater of Pain, Dr. Feelgood, Too Fast for Love. That's what people want to see when they go see Motley Crue. Nothing after Decade of Decadence. personally, I'd like to just see them play Shout at the Devil and, you know, bring Karabi out and do the 94 album. But that's not going to happen, and I'm not going to see it. Actually, I wouldn't want to see it now that I think about it, because Nikki Sixx ain't even playing on stage. He's using tapes, and it's just, and he's not doing it, you know, because he loves that music. He hates Motley Crue music. He's doing it for a paycheck. And you know who hates Motley Crue even more than Nikki Sixx? Tommy Lee. That guy's doing it for a paycheck as well. Because they really had the intention of ending it, calling it quits, farewell tour with the contract, because Nikki Sixx thought he was going to be famous for the rest of his life because of 6 a.m. And Tommy Lee thought, you know, I don't know why he would think that, since his solo career flopped so hard before then. But I guess he thought, man, I just don't want to play girls, girls, girls anymore. I want to do my little hip-hop, you know, techno stuff, you know? And Vince loves it. I think Vince is the only guy in Motley Crue that's Motley Crue. And John 5, great guitar player. I love him. I saw him live with Rob Zombie once, and he blew my mind. He's amazing. I just hate the stuff he wears. But hey, whatever, man. That's his thing. And poor Mick Mars. But then again, Mick Mars was all part of the contract as well, and even promised people free tickets if they ever were going to come back. Back in 2015, he said that. So, I don't know. A lot of people, Team Mick. I'm like, screw them all. Screw all four of them. But give Mick the amount of money that the guys in Motley Crue are making. I think he should. You know, they're all thieves. They're all liars. You know, and they really don't care about their fans. Anybody that thinks that Motley Crue cares about their fans, you're disillusioned. You know, they're backstabbers, man. They're liars, and you know, there's a really cool song they wrote called "Fake" off of New Tattoo. That's a song them singing about themselves. Listen to those lyrics. That's totally Motley Crue. The phoniness of that band is epic. And hey, man, more power to all you people that want to see Motley Crue. Even knowing how bad they are live now, you'll still flock to see them because it's an event. You want to go out, you want to see Motley Crue. I saw Motley Crue back in the 80s when they were awesome. I saw Shout at the Devil. They were just badass in the early days. And now, and I saw the farewell tour. While the stage show was freaking amazing, I think it was even better than Kiss, all the flames and everything. Alice Cooper blew them away. Alice Cooper opened the show and destroyed them. Motley Crue, to me, just had a stage show. And that stupid roller coaster drum thing, you know, I mean, oh, look, it's impressive. But let me play techno music to this crap. And let me float all around the arena in my little roller coaster thing while playing techno. I freaking hated it. But whatever. A lot of people love it. So go enjoy your Def Leppard and stuff. Hey, whatever, man. You all know it sucks. Even, you know, you're lying that you want to go see Motley Crue thinking they're going to be good. It's not going to happen. It's just a bunch of phoniness on stage with tapes, and even Vince Neil. Vince Neil is lip syncing. They caught him lip syncing. Couldn't they get a better tape? That's amazing. Anyway, whatever. Again, I'm not going to see Motley Crue anymore, but if you decide to go see them, good for you. I'm not bashing you. I'm just speaking for myself. Fuck them. So thank you for watching The Only News That Matters, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and please ring the little notification bell and like the video because it's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty, listen to Black Sabbath, and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies.
Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. and so nevermore shall we see you again.